Oh shit.
Hey everybody, this is the Review Dad. Welcome back, or welcome to the channel.
Hello!
So if you haven't seen it, I've already done the unboxing and initial review, so I'll put a link to that over here, and I'll point to that with some nice arrows so you can see that. And this video now will be setting that up, setting up your Oculus with your app and your Wi-Fi and getting that all connected. I'll also show you how to cast to a screen, so a TV screen as well as your phone. We can also look at the Guardian Zone, setting that up, how to set up the strap on your head and everything like that, so the pancake lenses are all nice and straight for your eyes, so everything is nice and clear, and I'll cover all of that off in this video, so stick around and let's get on with the show. So let's power up the device and connect it to the Oculus app. The app is available for Android or Apple. Once you've downloaded the app, you need to link it to your Facebook account or create a new Oculus account. To pair the headset with the phone and the app, you just select the Quest 2, allow the system to find it, and once the headset is paired, you press done and you're ready to go. The Oculus has a cool feature with the lenses. As you can see over here, you can move the lenses in and out, so if your eyes are wide apart or close together, this is the feature for you, so you can move them in and out so it's more comfortable and much clearer. The other thing is you can also wear glasses with the Oculus. There's a spacer that you can put in, that's in my other video, so have a look at that. So you can wear glasses and you put that spacer in as it's showing now, which will give you that little bit of extra room so you can have your glasses on your face without the lenses squishing up against your eyeballs. There are also handy straps on the side which move up and down, so if you have a big forehead it will go up and down, and if you have a little child's head the same thing will help with that. So let's now set up the play area. What you need to do is move away anything that's within about 2 meters of distance around you, so chairs, tables, cats, dogs, children, food, whatever. Move that out the way and make sure your play space is free of all these things, also above your head as well. When you set up the Guardian Zone, the Oculus cameras actually activate, so you can see what's around you and you can see all the furniture and that, so you can draw your imaginary line on the floor around you, giving you that space and that cage of area that you can play in without bashing into things. There is also an option for a static area around you. You don't have to draw anything. This is preset. It's a small area just around where you stand, and that can be done if you are sitting down and you don't want to stand for your gaming or viewing or whatever you're doing. The Oculus will also request you to reset the floor, so you will lower your remote down to the floor and that will reset where the floor is with those little crosses. Make sure your straps are tightened to your hands so you don't throw them around when you are playing. This is what it looks like when the cameras are activated when you are setting up your Guardian Zone and resetting where the floor is. To draw your Guardian Zone, simply use one of the remotes, left or right, and use the trigger on it. Hold it down and then draw your square or circle or star or any shape that you want. Make sure it's big enough so you can play in the area, because you're going to be stepping forward and left and right and back and forth and all that kind of stuff. As you approach the edge of your Guardian Zone, the cameras will activate and you will also see a red kind of cage appear around you, because this is showing you some danger. That you might be stepping out of your Guardian Zone and you're potentially going to smash into something. So now everything's set up. You've got the Oculus on, you've got the head strap set up, you've got your remote, you've got your Guardian set up, and now you aim with your remote. You can see the little white dot moving around on the screen. That's where your active remote is. It's either left or right, and if you want to trigger or activate something or select something, you just fire the trigger keys on the remote, either the left or the right one, and you will see that will then open up the selection or the screen for the appropriate button you've just clicked. You can see the white line, that is where you are aiming, so it's pretty easy. It's really simple to do, and yeah, that's good fun. At any time playing games, in meetings, whatever you are doing, and you want to return to the main menu, there is an Oculus button on the one remote. You just have to press that and the main menu will come up. You can quit any game and you can go back to the beginning and start all over again with your navigation. Now on to casting. How do we do it?
Wingardium Leviosa.
To activate casting, you click the cast icon as shown on the screen here, and that's done within the app. And then you select the Quest 2 and you click start, and that will then show what the viewer is seeing from the Oculus Quest on your phone. You can also do this with a compatible TV or a Google Chrome, so that can be cast to a TV and then everyone can see what the person is seeing as they play the games. Here is some footage of Vacation Simulator. So this is what the viewer is seeing using the Oculus, but with an Oculus you actually have peripheral vision as you have normal vision. version, so you see way more when you're wearing the headset as compared to what is recorded. This gets recorded and you can save clips and everything that you're doing in the Oculus app, and you can share them if you wish. Now, the battery time of the Oculus lasts a couple of hours, probably 3 to 4 hours depending on what you're doing with it. If you're using the volume controls and the speakers on the Oculus, it will obviously use more power. Also, if you are casting, this also drains the battery quite quickly. So if you have a link cable that is 5 meters long, then make sure that's plugged in so it's continuously charging the Oculus so you can carry on playing your games and meetings and doing what you need to do. So overall, the Oculus is really good. I'm quite impressed with it. You can have a virtual desktop, so you can work on your PC, but you are virtually using the screen, that you're not at the screen. You have your keyboard and that. You can play games, you can have meetings with friends. I've played mini golf, I've done boxing, I've done Beat Saber, I've done table tennis, which is really cool. The response time talking to friends and other people is really quick as well. It's responsive, it's really realistic. Some of the YouTube videos in 360 views and all of that is really good and really realistic. Some of them are quite scary, as you know, if you're scared of heights and things like that, you actually feel weightless and you sort of you know, want to sit down and things like that. But overall, it's a really impressive little headset, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I've still got lots to explore with it, and yeah, it's good stuff. So if you're looking at getting one, you've got the 3 different types: the 64 gig, the 128, and the 256 gig, obviously moving up in price. The remotes have a AA battery, which also lasts probably a couple of weeks, depending how much you use it as well. And yeah, overall, it's awesome. It's great fun, and if you're looking at getting one, I would recommend it because there's lots of developments happening with the metaverse and all of that kind of stuff going on, and it's just going to get better. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I hope you join me for my next review. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying what I'm making so far. Cheers!